Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at two packs. We have the Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Rise of Tyranny 2-pack. We've got Minor Megatron and Senator Ratbat, and then we have the same thing over here, but this is the Humble Origins 2-pack. So we've got Senator Shockwave and Data Clerk Orion packs. Normally I don't show the packaging, but the box art is really cool, and this makes me really happy. If we open up a flap right here, I believe this is the first time we've ever gotten in any official packaging or anything the Ascenticon logo, and that's really awesome. It's my favorite, like, deep cut Transformers logo. It's over on our Discord. If you haven't joined any like Transformers stuff, you should go check out our Discord. But yeah, we have what is a nice little scene on this packaging. Obviously, Megatron and Ratbat facing off against Shockwave and Orion packs. And this is a fun little opportunity. One of my favorite things when they do these 2 packs is when they use it as an opportunity to kind of repaint and slightly remold some toys as some deeper cut characters. So obviously this is IDW, and I guess it's IDW 1.0 because that's where Shockwave kind of looked nothing like Shockwave before his Emperata. But we've got the Siege Megatron mold that we know and love. I've probably reviewed this like 4 or 5 times by now, but in minor Megatron colors, which is neat. We've got Ratbat as a remold and repaint of Scourge. We've got Shockwave as maybe initially one of my least favorite remolds out of this set. Shockwave looks, you know, he's a seeker and he's got like weirdly dinky little wings. That's interesting. I guess the remolding is these like new intakes, which is kind of neat. And then, of course, we've got Orion packs from Hound. And again, having played with other Orion packs toys, this is I'll say initial thoughts. This is the set I prefer. I think Ratbat from Scourge is kind of interesting, and we've got history with that remolding before. I know there's like a G2 or Machine Wars deep cut of Optimus Prime from Hound. This one seems fine initially, but doesn't excite me too much, and I really don't like how small the wings are. And then the big reason I wanted to check this out is because I do love Minor Megatron, so I wanted to check out Minor Megatron. Going through these all in alt mode starting out, Megatron looks really nice. I love the color plastics everywhere except his toesies. It's like that swirly, it's like a pearlescent version of that swirly, you know, lifeless prototype grade plastic. But everywhere else looks great. This dark metal, you know, metallic plastic looks really good. The paint app here, this darker brownish metal plastic looks really good. We've got some silver up on the forearms on this turret. The turret swivels, it does all the things you want it to do. He's got a little hook piece that just kind of sits over here. I will say the turret as a drill turret is a little odd. It extends out far enough, so if he's drilling into a wall, he can hit here. But this is the least solid this turret has been. Without, you know, connection points on the inside, like if you could rotate these and there's a bar to clip through or something, that would have been nice. As is the fact that this is like loose and can wiggle is really disappointing, but rolls on casters just fine. You can see obviously Megatron hiding out. We've seen the Siege mold before. And yeah, overall, I mean, it's a solid Voyager Megatron mold that we've seen before in new Megatron-y colors. And there's not much to complain about. We got the, you know, industrial OSHA compliant stripes. Again, my minorest of complaints about the turret, but that's about it. Ratbat, obviously representing, like, we've got Megatron as his Ascenticon self, and then Ratbat, you know, representing the Senate as Scourge. In this mode, I feel like the only difference is because his head is different. I think this section is slightly different to mold against it, but everything else looks the same. No real articulation to talk about. He's a space boat. We've seen it before. The purple looks really nice with the black. I think that's real nice. We got a little bit of gold. Other than that, you know, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So yeah, this overall, pretty happy with. Over on this side of things, Shockwave It's interesting and creative. I was looking through the comics again to try and figure out, did we ever see Shockwave in an alt mode? I don't think so pre-Emperata. As is, it's kind of neat. In Siege, he like turns into a spaceship. This is like a different type of spaceship. I like the intakes. That is neat. I wish, since they remolded this plastic, I wish they just extend it back down into wings, maybe even covering up this section here. As is, he just looks like a slightly different Seeker, and it's not that this design is bad to me, it's that it's weird for Shockwave to look like a Seeker. I like the idea of Shockwave being very different pre-Emperata, but it's weird that he was very different in a way that made him look like a bunch of other dudes, if that makes sense. I felt like part of Shockwave's story in the IDW comics was that he was like very flashy and extravagant, and post-Emperata Shockwave it all mellows out, so he doesn't care about aesthetics. So it's weird that he like shares a design with everyone else. His articulation, it's just these little wings. They can rotate, they're on a little peg, they can swivel up and down. That's about it. Again, they're so small that like, I'm trying to figure out if there's a better spot. I almost wish that they could sit up here or something. It's so small, it just doesn't do anything for me, if that makes sense. So it feels like a waste of remolding, whereas this intake piece is kind of nice. Again, the colors are not Shockwave colors, but they're IDW pre-Emperata Shockwave colors, so that all seems fine and dandy. I will say, I guess, here's a minor complaint. I wish this white was a colder white. It's got like touches of yellow in it. That I think with the blue being kind of a warm color, it's like a warm blue. I wish the white was a cooler white to offset that, but that's a minor complaint. And then last but not least, we've got Orion Pax. Again, I guess he's kind of representing, is he representing the Ascenticons here? But it's Hound. It's Hound, and I think it's Earth Mode Hound, and I wasn't keeping track of this mold. But we've got a different chest here for his chest, and he rolls pretty okay. I feel like, for whatever reason, his forearms don't work as well here. You can see kind of as I'm rolling him, this wheel doesn't clear as well as it could. But other than that, you know, he looks pretty all right. Again, this, out of the four figures, this has the worst of the prototype plastic. This should have been a gunmetal or some other color. As is, it just looks kind of lifeless. I like the painted windshield. That always looks neat. The front of the car looks neat. It's really just that gray plastic kind of puts this gray lifeless blob on top of everything else. And he comes with his little Axie boy. All right. I'm trying not to cough because I am a wee bit sick, but we have seen all these transformations before, so we are going to fast forward through all of them. Alright, and here we've got all four in robot mode, and again, no surprises. The transformation is essentially the same. And I think they look, in general, as a whole, better in robot mode than they do in alt mode. Megatron is still the standout. We've done, again, I've reviewed this mold a bunch of times. Go check out any of the individual Megatron reviews. But I will say I like the new sculpting. His arms look really good. That's a really nice looking chest piece. My minor complaints are just going to be with the age of the mold. These knees have gotten loose, which is really unfortunate. It's a pin joint. It's actually, no, it's a screw joint, so you can tighten this, which is nice. And you'll probably want to do that on your figure. As is, though, he looks menacing. I really love how bright and vibrantly painted those eyes are. That helmet looks awesome. We have the same colors as before, just a little more mixed up, it feels. His knees are loose and to the point where he wants to lean back, especially with his ankles being the way they are. Everything about this guy feels like it's now like fighting against the age of the figure. So you really have to make sure you're kind of leaning him forward to get him balanced. But I think he looks great, especially with his drill piece, with his mining pick. I wish he had an Ascenticon logo. I know this is like IDW Origins Megatron, which the Ascenticons didn't exist in that universe, but they put it on the box. I'm not sure why we don't just have a cool Ascenticon logo on his chest. If we did, I'd be absolutely keeping him. Next, we got Ratbat. Ratbat looks really regal. They remolded the chest lines, obviously. I love that he's got like the Senate filigree on his chest. Mine has a small paint defect, which is a little unfortunate. But again, a really nice IDW head sculpt. That is very characterful, looks really good. His collar and everything, like, he looks like a high-ranking Senate member. The gun almost feels like it doesn't belong on him. Like, I kind of want to hang it off his back so that he can walk around, you know, orating and you know, being a politician, because he looks fantastic. Again, out of the two sets, just initial looks, these guys look really, really good. Again, we do have the similar looseness. It feels like the hips are a little loose on mine. The knees seem fine. It's really just the hips. But with these guys and their posability, that can hamper things a little bit. But again, I like Ratbat. And again, if you want to see what the articulation's like, just go check out the Scourge video, of which I may have done multiples, because we've had multiple Scourges. And then we get to Senator Shockwave over here. And Senator Shockwave doesn't hold up great in this mold. It feels like it's a poor fit of character. It, like, if you look at his art, they kind of hide his you know, thruster pieces by cheating a little bit. Otherwise, he'd be like super backpack heavy. So they kind of need to come out to his sides. He looks like a general seeker. He does have, you know, his chest piece, which mine needs to like clip. There we go. Clips in properly. It feels like the chest piece feels very separate from his body, and it is, and it's a piece that just got molded on, but it doesn't seem to fit him very well. Once again, the colors look pretty good, but the lack of a cool color, we've got this red, we've got a warm blue, and a warm yellowish gray. Those three combined kind of washes the figure out a bit. The head sculpt is very nice. I do like the way that looks, but if you look at what I'm saying, like, it feels like his chest just kind of floating away from his body rather than be integrated into it. The intakes on the back don't look great, and the colors, this, as cool of an idea for a toy this is, the execution just isn't 100% there for me. Then last but not least, because that's Shockwave, is Orion Pax. And Orion Pax is odd. He's just like a small little guy. His head kind of feels a little flat. It feels a little smushed. Those details don't look super sharp. But I like his chest piece. I don't like the, again, pearlescent prototype plastic. I like his axe. The axe seems pretty neat. But everything else, it feels like they had the idea for these three toys, and then they just needed a fourth one to fill it, and they picked an Optimus Prime because we got a Megatron. But as is, like, these guys together as a set, it doesn't 100% work for me. I guess he does, the thing I like about it is he does feel like a Data Clerk. I just think he should have been a Voyager figure instead of a deluxe. As is, he's like kind of nebbish and nerdy, but in a way that, like, rather than seeing like kind of lanky and not unwarrior, like, he's got these broad shoulders and things. He looks combat ready. He's just like short, you know. The colors, again, the silver and the light blue paint help, but that gray plastic does not help. These two do look like a pretty good fit. Again, Shockwave here, kind of coming off the weaker of the pair, but I like the way they look together. I generally, like, I'm okay with the way they all look together, but if someone was like, hey, should I get this 2-pack, I'd say, yeah, on sale. Hold off until you can, you know, pick up the whole set for like maybe 70-ish, 60-ish bucks, because the toys are showing their age. There's some cool new details over here. This is the one I'd really recommend. If you want to pay full price over here. This one feels the weaker of the two pairs. That being said, if any of these guys had an Ascenticon logo on them, I would be keeping the set. They don't, which is really disappointing. It's okay, but I have a couple of these Megatrons. I don't need a non-cassette Ratbat, as cool of an idea as it is. I don't need that. This guy isn't doing it for me, and Orion Pax is fine, but he's really part of the whole set. So that means this is going to be a giveaway. This is a giveaway video. If you haven't been part of my giveaways before, every time I do a giveaway, you have 1 week to enter, and then at the end of the week, in next week's video, I'll pull and announce the winner. To enter, you go down into the comments, you answer my question of the day, which I'm about to say, and say I want to enter the giveaway. If you do those two things, you get entered into the giveaway, and then you'll be randomly selected a winner. Reach out to me, and I'll send these out to you once you reach out to me. So, that said, this winner will get both of these packs. I don't really want to split them up. I just want to send them to one person. And my question is going to be simple. We've gotten this two packs. What would be, we've gotten, there's another IDW 2-pack that's out, and I've got it. I haven't had a chance to review it. But what would be another comic-based 2-pack that you'd like to see from the Transformers Legacy Evolution 2 line, toy line? Doesn't have to be IDW-based. Could be Marvel. Could be Dreamwave even. What 2-pack would you want to see that IDW or that Hasbro does as part of Legacy Evolution? Could be part of their new one. I would love to see remolds of the Beast Wars characters, basically an Air Razor and a Ratbat remold as the two new IDW Beast Wars characters. I think that would be really, really, really neat to see. You get a core class figure, you get a deluxe figure, maybe a little cheaper on the 2-pack end, but I would buy that up in a heartbeat. So if you want to enter the giveaway, win all 4 of these toys, go down in the comments, say I want to enter the giveaway, and my 2-pack that I would like to see based on the comic books is blank. Let me know. And then 1 week from today, that video, the night before basically, I'll draw the winner, and then in the video I'll announce it. That is it for today's review. Again, I give this this one's like a thumbs kind of here, pretty good, and this one's like a shaky hand over here. You know, they're all right, but I wouldn't recommend picking them up at full price. That is it for today's video. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye!